Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hi.
Here we are again talking about movies and trailers. I really wanted to talk about this because it's a very interesting idea that I hope there is a lot more of, which is a trilogy of horror movies on Netflix, full films, one a week, and I think they're out now, so you can watch them now, called Fear Street, and they're all directed by a woman. Her name is Leigh Janiak.
Yes.
Is that her name? And it's very cool to see a female director doing full-on slasher horror and full-on tribute to the times that they were popular. So I love that idea.
Yeah, well, let's watch the trailer and we can discuss.
We'll discuss. So here we go.
There was a time when things were good on Shady Side. But now, that's all gone.
Oh man, I turn the weather around with the skeleton hand, yeah.
Hello?
Still alive.
Who is this?
It's happening again.
Tonight is Sunnyvale versus Shady Side. Red versus blue, good versus evil. Recommensicate color!
Are you okay?
That was 1978. 5,937 days ago.
Shady Side, a history of horror, has earned it the nickname Killer Capital USA.
What's happening to us?
These massacres happen in Shady Side over and over.
You were the only person who survived. How do we end this?
You have to go back to where it all started.
1666.
The devil has come to feast on our misdeeds.
If they want a witch,
Witches! Witches!
I will curse this town forever.
It's been 3 centuries. It stops here. It stops with us. Who the hell was that?
How should I know? She was hot. The bitch seemed normal.
Amazing observation.
Your best chance is to run from this place.
In Shady Side, we're all cursed. The devil is in me.
Any tips for fighting these things?
Try not to die.
Welcome to the suck.
Come back from that mother...
I love these movies. I will say I've already watched them, but the trailer's I think a little confusing because I feel like it looks like one big long movie with some flashbacks. I mean, I know they're trying to divide it up, but when I watched this trailer originally, I didn't quite understand what this project. I didn't get it.
Yeah, well, I've watched the first 2 movies, and it goes backwards in time. So it's 1994, which is very much, it pays homage to Wes Craven's Scream, and it has that vibe.
Yeah.
And then the second one goes back to 1978, which is very much the slasher Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Love part 2.
I think that's a really strong one. It looks really good. And the third one is 1666, the origin story. So it's interesting that it's being done backwards.
Yes.
But the same characters are playing... the same actors are playing characters in the different episodes. Yeah. Sort of. Yeah.
And I like that it's that same, it's a horror movie premise I love where there's a mythology of a witch who was killed on a certain spot and has cursed a town. And so these kids in Goonie style, they try and discover the source of the evil, how to stop it from taking over, because what it's doing is possessing people and they're getting killed. And I mean, I'm super simplifying it, but that's the essential construct. So what they do is then they keep going back into the past each film goes, like Mark said, further back, and you fill in information about the witch and the legend. As each time you go back, you get more and more information about this mystery. They have Sadie Sink as the star in the second chapter. She was in Stranger Things. I love her. I think she's so great. And I think what's really interesting about these movies, and I didn't really get it until I really finished watching them, is that the male characters are very secondary. This is all about the female. Like in horror films, there's always the final girl, and there's always a strong woman. It seems like in a lot of these slasher films, but in this film, there's like 5 final girls. Basically, there's like a lot of diversity. You know, the main characters are gay. It's like they have, you know, these sidekicks from every diverse, you know, group you can think of. And and you don't realize you're not seeing that in a lot of these movies until you see this. You're like, oh, this is so modern and feel that way. So I really enjoyed that perspective, because this is directed by a woman. You get, I feel like, a little more emotional background in a film like this than slashers usually give you. They don't, just because it's directed by a woman, man, she brings the gore. Like, she brings it. There's some great set pieces, some great kills. I'm very impressed by her. She also did, Mark had mentioned this to me earlier, she did the movie Honeymoon, which stars what's her name, Rose from Game of Thrones, about a couple who are on a honeymoon in a cabin and things go badly, but basically a very simplified version. But that's so as the trailer goes, I feel like it's a little bit confusing, because you're seeing a lot of people, a lot of characters, but it breaks down. Basically, you're seeing chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and that's what it breaks out to.
And it's based on those R.L. Stine books, which I think he did Goosebumps, which is more kid friendly.
This is not kid friendly.
This is more teenager stuff. The gore is really like over the top.
Well done.
Yeah. So I was like just mortified by some of the stuff. But it's well done, and if you're in the mood for that, it goes by really quick too. These things move, you know, and the acting is quite good in it, I thought. So
yeah, really.
I haven't seen the 1666 one, so I'll catch that for sure.
We should do an episode. We'll do an episode on these movies because I think they deserve it. The last film, be sure you stay through the credits. Great credit sequence. Right when I was like watching the credits, I'm like there's like 10 minutes left in this movie, and then you find out why. It's really fun, and you can tell that they really cared about the slasher structure, but bringing it into a more modern sensibility and making women less of a sidekick kind of moral reckoning at the end, and more, you know, intrinsically involved in the whole legend and everything. You know, female witches, you know, because we all know what fucking happened to witches back in the day, what that was all about. So.
And Stranger Things, you not only Sadie Sink, but I think Maya Hawke is kind of does the Drew Barrymore scene from the first one. She's, you know, was also in Stranger Things. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's child. She's great in it, but she's, you know, she's killed off pretty quickly. Yeah.
Well, they kill off people you like. They kill off people that you think aren't going to get killed because they're kind of like either they're kids or they're a cute nerd that you think is comedy relief. You wouldn't kill these things. So I like, you know, films that take the risk, the comfort level you have, and, you know, feeling like, oh, they're going to be fine, it'll be okay, so you're not worried, and then you're what? So. Yeah,
that was my one, and I told that to Kathy. It's like I was a little shocked by the, you know, kind of the gruesome killing of, you know, 12-year-old kid, you know, campers.
I guess we're doing a review of the film. We should be talking about the trailer.
Well, they showed it in the trailer. I was like, whoa, you know,
they did. The cute nerd,
yeah. But worth checking out. It's on Netflix. It's free.
I'm sorry, there was a lot of static just then. I heard. But yeah, this is just, I like the idea of not necessarily a series, but having a series of films. I think is a very cool idea. It's I like to see them do it with other types of films too, not just slasher, but other types. So I think it'd be nice to see like these big projects that end up not being investment in like 10 episodes, but have 3 really good solid films. That's a great idea, I think.
It's somewhere between the standalone feature and the 10-episode multi-season series, or even, you know, limited series.
Or a horror movie that has sequels, you know, like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, and 3. You know, that maybe they're trying to make a sequel series all in one swing, you know.
Prequels.
Like, prequels and sequels.
Fear Street, 1994, 1978, 1666 on Netflix.
Available now.
Yes. Check it out.
Check it out, slasher fans.
And don't forget to please like and comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. love it. We love exclamation points.
That's so funny.
Great. Well, we'll do another trailer reaction soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
The Earth is invaded by indestructible moon monsters.